Game Metaverse Podcast, the place to be. Rocking out with Elf, Slack, and Swarley. Every week a new episode. Join us in the Metaverse. Let's hit it explode. Let's hit explode. Dive deep into virtual reality with our dynamic duo, setting us free from CGI to holograms. We'll explore the possibilities are endless. Let's soar. Enter the metaverse where fantasies come alive. Rocking out with Elf, Slack, and Swarley. Every week a new episode. Join us in the metaverse. Let's hit it explode. The metaverse where fantasies come alive. Rocking out with Elf, Slack, and Swarley. Every week a new episode. Join us in the metaverse. Let's hit it explode. Let's hit explode. Let's hit explode.
Oh, I forgot how much I love that song. I was just
That is
rocking
pretty
out
good,
the
isn't
whole
it?
time. Oh, it's so
Well,
good.
Good morning from down under.
Yeah,
Afternoon.
good evening from the States.
And people thought the neutral zone was dead.
It's
We
it's
did
only
say
dead
that from time to
sometimes.
time we'd do some more videos, and hello, here we are. So, but
Oh,
before anyone gets excited, this is positive only zone. There will be no rants. This will be just all fun stuff, which means, well, I won't say no upland, but let's just, as you can see from our backgrounds, very much focused on our new node.
yeah. North Grapeland Heights in Miami.
So we're just going to talk through some of the stuff that we've been talking about, some of the ideas that we're having, trying to get people sort of, I mean, people's responses so far have been nothing short of amazing. To see some of the building going on and map assets coming in, people are creating stuff in UGC and submitting stuff all over the place. It's just blown me away, to be honest. But
Yeah,
Yeah, so
they're
we're
doing
we're going to talk all things node today. So yeah, anyone got any questions or suggestions, whatever, chuck them in chat. We'll address them. Yeah, we'll go from there. So, but anyone that's been in Discord have already probably read my super long chats. Maybe it's too long for you guys to read, so we're going to try and go through them, sum it up here a little bit through here. So we've created an announcement channel on the Discord just so we can chuck the stuff in there so it doesn't get lost in our chat, because very quickly it does disappear up the list, and unless you scroll and scroll and scroll, you won't see it. So yeah, so where do you want to start with this?
I don't know, man.
How about we don't have a name yet, so how about we get that underway?
Yeah, let's talk about that. So we took all the name suggestions and we had like almost 100 of them. And so me and Swarley and Laban and the guys from Upland After Dark, we made our top 7 basically. And so we're going to take that list and then we're going to take that and narrow it down to 32. And then I'm going to put that into this live bracket voting thing. And that's going to go live later today. And I'll put it up in the server and there'll be a link. You'll have to go to the website and then you'll get 1 vote per, I think it says per ISP, per, what is it, like challenge. So if there's going to be 30, there'll be 16 total that you can vote on. So you can only vote one.
So round one will have 16 matchups, so 32 entries,
Yeah.
16
Yes,
matchups.
matchups. That's the
So you
word.
s- So you select your 16 favorites from each of those matchups, and then when round two starts, you'll have 8 to choose from, and
Yep.
then so on and so on until we get down to the last one.
And it will automatically move the winner forward based on the vote. So,
Yep.
yeah, that'll come out later today. I've just been working on taxes all day, so I haven't done it yet.
Fun.
Oh God, you have no idea.
All right, so as we know, there's 50k UpX giving away to the person who nominated the name that wins. So I'm going to front that one. We'll figure that out at the end. We've got it all recorded somewhere, so I don't know off the top of my head which names who selected, etc., but we'll figure that out. And then Happy's volunteered to front up another 50k for a bit of an incentive for people to vote as well. So in other words, don't just vote once and forget about it. We want you to vote. It's going to take a few days. So we want people to vote as much as they can over the few days. So basically, everyone that votes, whoever votes the most will get 50k. I'm assuming there might be a few people that will vote as much as they can, which means they'll be equal first, so to speak. And then we'll just chuck them in the spin wheel probably on the show on Friday and give away the 50k. Happy loves giving it away, so why not just give it away on the show?
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to set the round to 12-hour intervals. So let me see what it says. 12-hour intervals. It should be done. Where do I have it here? Oh, it fucking cleared it. Oh well, I'll do it. It'll get finished April 10th-ish is my.
Hey, Maui. We should shout out everyone's. We've got Level Up Tech and JP, Jimmy.
Maui said she was going to bed. I was just chatting with her, and she's like, "It's 2 a.m. here. I need to go to sleep." I'm like, "Fine, go to sleep."
Fuck, it's 2 a.m. That woman's a machine. She's always awake. Every time I get up, she's taking the kids to school or something, or off to work.
What a real nice lady.
Yeah, I think Levan's definitely batting above average there.
Yeah. He's what do they say? Oh, my wife tells me this all the time. I can't remember. Basically, I've gone out of my league. Whatever. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so that's going to go live later today. And I'll get that link out, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun to vote. But like I said, it's like one vote per ISP, so I'm sure you guys will find a way to figure out how to vote more than once, but that's just the way it is. That's the way the site works.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so there were some good submissions there. From me, there was quite a few that I liked. Nothing that really jumped out as something I absolutely loved, but sometimes the name grows on you too. So, but the Node will choose a name. I mean, there's some good ones in there. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of good ones. There's some interesting ones. I think someone shouted out or put out there the Grapists because it's Grapeland. But then they also said afterwards, probably not the best word. Too similar to another word. And we're like, yep, we'll leave that one way alone. Yeah, so maybe I get where they're coming from, but yeah. No, there's some good ones in there.
There's some good ones on there. My personal favorite is the one I submitted. The very first one on the list is the first one in my heart.
Is that Bootyland?
It is Bootyland, yeah.
Yeah,
Bootyland. I can't wait for that one to
I
go
like
up.
because everything always gets narrowed down to an acronym, so I like trying to work out something with an acronym. So I was trying to work out something like with VIP, so very important pirates or something like that. But so I came up with one for that, and then I also came up with MVP. So I forget what my suggestions were, but yeah, I couldn't come up with a name that I absolutely loved myself. So
it was Metaverse Pirates.
Yeah, that's the best we come up with for MVP.
And then Bulgarian infamous pirates,
which doesn't roll off the tongue either. But VIP does.
Yeah,
but I don't know. But anyway, the node will choose, so we'll see how we go, and then after that, we'll need a logo. So there'll be another competition straight after it for a logo. So I don't know how we'll run it. We'll probably just wait to the first submission that we all go, fuck yeah, that's the one we want. and then we'll just say, yep, this is our new logo. So I'm sort of channeling. You look at Hyde Park Ninjas, you know, but their logo, their Hyde Park logo, the ninja there, that's pretty fucking awesome. So you know, we want to try and come up with something better. Like that's a pretty,
cool
it's a pretty high bar. But
a logo that we could also turn into like a 3D map asset, like bonus points. You can come up with something like that.
Well, I guess if you, again, channeling the Hyde Park one, I mean, you can, I guess, turn almost anything into a map asset. So they could have the ninja, which they kind of do, just not the same shape, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, 100%. Oh yeah, yeah. If we do something to turn into a map asset, yeah, I'll definitely have an attempt at creating it, which will be pretty cool. So yeah, so once we have a name, then we'll try and figure that out, and then hopefully we'll get all that done sooner rather than later. But yeah, at the moment we're still in sort of foundations, sort of getting things in order. I mean, we've been talking about this node for some months now,
Right.
But we never knew when it was going to happen because obviously we don't have control over city releases or any prior knowledge. In fact, we didn't even know the neighborhood that we were going to select was full of FSAs.
Yeah, we didn't even know what we were going to go with until like officially maybe less than 24 hours, around 24 hours.
Yeah, it's just the way the whole game's set up now. That with all the other cities shut down, you can't go find a city that's barely minted and go, yep, this will be our new home, because they're pretty much all locked. Maybe 12 months ago we could have done that, but
right.
And then you look at neighborhoods that are mostly unminted. It's usually the FSA neighborhoods, so we're trying to avoid that. We kind of did, but didn't at the same time, which sort of sucks. But
it just allows for new people to jump in the node and
well, that's it. New people
that
they can either jump in the node or they can flip a few and earn a bit of extra. Because I know there's plenty of people within the node that'll pay UpX.
Indubitably,
some decent markup for some UpX. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of FSAs available, a couple of hundred of them. So it'd be great to get them squared away, but. Upland locked that down really tight, so it's hard to get an FSA agent these days. Back in the day, you used to be able to get someone to mint a whole bunch of them for you, but
not now. Yeah, I was just talking to I think it was Mitch McKinnon who's in the chat just the other day. He was sending me some messages about how difficult it is to be like a visitor uplander and to be for FSA properties. Be FSA eligible and how difficult it is to get any amount of them. What the barriers are for that.
I mean, it's obviously been a long time since I was an FSA, but from memory they changed it to something like you can only buy 2 a day and a maximum of 30 or something like that.
Yeah, I think he said it was 3 a day max. Anyway, I was like, well, fuck, that's tricky.
It makes it super hard. So
yeah.
And my biggest concern is you'll get someone brand new that just happens to mint a property in our node and then just never log back in again because they went, it's not for me. And then those properties are lost forever. So yeah, again, it is what it is. But having said that, there's 1,645 properties. We minted it out on the night. We minted it out. We kept minting it out. Things are going really well.
Yeah, things are going extremely well. Like you mentioned, with all of our members and the things that they're doing and the great ideas that they got and the stuff that you're doing, and it's really, really coming along faster than I thought.
We'll get onto that. So there's some stuff we can show in a minute, but it's also encouraging to see that people we didn't not invite people. We just tried to invite people that could sort of keep it a little bit hush-hush so we didn't get anyone in the group that just wanted to flip and try and make a profit out of this. So we invited quite a lot of people. But it's amazing to see, even after the launch, how many people heard about the node and want in without us even really going public yet. So that was encouraging. So we're obviously made some sort of a splash.
Mm-hmm. He is part of the node.
Yeah, he's got some good properties in the node. I've already got one. I've acquired one from him already, and there's another one I have my eye on that's on the water, and I'm like, no, I feel bad even asking for it, but yeah, it's a nice size property on the water. I'm like,
he better do something with that damn property, otherwise I'm gonna have to pry it out of his dead little hands.
That would make a well, in my mind, because I'm trying to think of ideas for the design competition, which we'll talk about in a minute too, for this season. I'm assuming Upland will run that as per last couple of seasons. and I have an idea I want to run for that, and I'm looking at that property going, ooh, that would be almost perfect for what I want.
Oh, yeah. She, but she fucking hates the fact that I do anything with this. So I don't think I can get her in anytime soon, but it would be awesome if I could. I have a better chance of getting one of my kids to do it than my wife.
But they're not 18.
They are
Didn't
not
stop
18.
Banana Man, but yeah. Anyway,
You know, we won't go there. Anyway, where do you want to go next? I mean,
all right. So
doing
keep
it-
an eye out. Keep an eye out for the
Okay.
voting system. That'll go live today. So 12-hour turnaround. So it should be enough time for most people to get a vote in each round. Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be pinged to everybody. Where to next? Well, let's look at my notes from the releases. So we've had some questions about the style and colors of structures that we build in the node. I know like More Cheese did a fantastic job with her neighborhood where it's all basically yellow, which looks pretty cool. There's a few other ones like that. I think there's one in one of the neighborhoods in Queens that's all blue or something. That's cool ideas, but no, we don't care about any of that. We don't care what structure you build. We don't care what color you make the structure, because ultimately what we're hoping is that each structure will have a structural ornament on it, which will be pirate related, and a bunch of map assets that will all be pirate related. So basically the rule is if it's pirate related, bring it in. If it's not, that's up to you to decide. And to be fair, if you can argue that it's pirate related, good enough to me. We're not going to police you. We're not going to try and tell you what you can and can't do or anything like that. The fact that you're involved in doing anything, that's amazing in the first place. So, but long story short, pirate. That's all. That's the only rule, is that we want everything to be as much priority as we can possibly do. We've got some great designers already making some fantastic. Tossad's already got a crap load of stuff out there. If anyone's noticed that, we'll have a look at some of that in a minute, I guess. But he's got.
Can you show some of your stuff?
Yeah, we'll go through all that. We'll get to that in a minute. So we'll talk about some of the stuff that's coming out. Some people have posted in the chat, so we can probably look at that as well since they posted it.
Okay. I feel like I've been MIA last couple of days because it's been a fucking shit show.
Look, there's so much chat going on that I probably missed some stuff. I had a quick look through this morning. I mean, Charles FR has been posting a lot of stuff, and I don't know if I've managed to catch it all or not. But yes, he's pumping out some stuff, which is really cool. Like I said, Tossad's already had a lot of stuff, so I think he's planning on doing some more. Sincere has been talking about submitting all this sort of stuff. Scory's obviously got his cannons and some other, I think it's some pirate figurines or something coming. There's so much coming. It's ridiculous.
And some really, really cool looking stuff.
Oh, we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. So
that's the most exciting part for me right now. Just seeing the creativity of everybody right now.
All right, so we'll start with mine. I'll plug my stuff first, and then we'll move on to some other stuff. So, only because it's easier to plug my stuff.
It is easy to plug your shit.
I have to go find the other stuff. So if anyone was in Discord, they would have seen me post this yesterday. So I've been working for I think this took me almost 2 weeks to create this range. So this is what I call, well, actually, I didn't call it. I think Ruble Max actually named it Clubhouse. When I made the first one, he goes, it looks like a bit of a bikey clubhouse. And I went, sorry, that's the name. So it's a pirate clubhouse range, so to speak. So the style should be, I've tried to make the style similar for each building. As we mentioned, the 1645, people think it's a year. Well, you can think that's a year, that's fine. I mean, that's about the right era, I guess, for pirates. But no, it's a number of properties upon the launch of our node. Now that may change with Upland. I mean, there's some gaps in there and stuff, so Upland may change that down the track, but it'll always be the initial launch was 1645. So that's where that number comes from, if anybody ever asks. So and then I've had a crack first time ever at doing the Miami townhouse. Now we can't have these in our nodes because these were a limited time and outside the node, but there's nothing wrong with our pirate node sort of stretching outside the borders of our node.
I didn't even know you could make they open those ones up for.
Yeah, they open up a bunch of extra ones that you can do. I haven't. Yeah, there's about 6 or 7 they added to the list, and Miami Townhouse was one of them. it's very hard to work with. Not so much because of the shape; that doesn't help. The corners and curves and stuff make things harder to do. But the colors, because you're not allowed to cover their windows up, so you've got to have these colors sticking out. And it took me a few attempts to come up with a color scheme that even remotely worked. This one I don't absolutely love, but it does okay. And it's something different from the 400 million of these structures in Miami. It's something different. So, but having said that, there's only 129 mints of each of these. No more, no less. And that's probably going to be my new number for minting stuff these days, is 129. My theory for that is I like about 100. By the time I've minted 100, moved 100, I'm done with them. So that's what I went. So I made it 129, so that way I get my favorite 129, plus I get the closer mint. So for me, it was a win-win. And then a lot I'll give away. So yeah, so these will be, if assuming Upland approve them, they're only submitted at the moment. So, give it a couple of months. I don't know how long they're taking these days.
You submitted every one of those ones?
They've all been submitted, each and every one. So hopefully, in the next few weeks, we get, tick of approval on some or whatever. And basically, I'll give a bunch away. I don't know how many. I haven't decided. It might be a feel thing. Some will be way more popular than others. Like, I know people like building micro houses because they're easy. I'm not a fan of the micro house, but it is my best seller, so I'll give some away. But they're a good seller. But I'm a big fan of the bigger structures that make more of an impact to the node, such as your large townhouse or your apartments. I did see some people were building these sort of structures, so I haven't ever done a luxury, either of the luxury houses before, so I've been meaning to do it. It was on my to-do list, just never got around to it. So anyway, so that's my stuff. There'll be much more coming. Some other stuff I haven't shown yet. I'm gonna work on some fences, pirate-related fences. We need to do pirate-related track fences at some point too. There's so much more to do.
I got some ideas for some fences. I mean, obviously I can't create them, so I'm gonna have to ask somebody else to do it. But I got some ideas going around up in here.
Well, again, we've got that. So in the node, so this is our node. So I hope I'm not showing anything we shouldn't. I haven't seen anything in here that shouldn't be shared. So again, Elslak, you're the same as everyone else, chucking your ideas here. There's plenty of creators. That I don't need to be the only one that's making stuff. Obviously, you got Tossed, Sinclair, Charles FR. A lot of people are posting stuff in here. So if you've got an idea of something, chuck it in here. And if someone else makes it first, happy days. And even if two creators worked off the same image and try to create something the same, it's not going to be the same. It's going to work out different.
Right.
We all have different techniques and different styles of texturing and stuff like that. So we could so I encourage everyone more people to get involved and make stuff, not discouraging. No, I want to do it all myself. Absolutely not. I'd love to have even more creators like Manu Matu, Blue Rain, DTAC, those guys who aren't, as far as I know, in part of the node. To have them part of the node too would be amazing. Now, where did I see? Bear with me for a second.
What are you looking for?
Oh, well, Scory's posted these little zombies. Apparently, these are coming.
Oh, those zombies are cool. I like
Pirate
those.
zombie thingies. Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. There's the ninjas trying to invade. Yeah, get out of here. I like that. Is that Cape Madman's, is it? Or is that yours? Is that your property? This picture, is that your property or is that Cape Madman?
You're not sharing it.
Oh, am I?
No, you're not.
Yeah, I thought I was sharing the whole screen.
Oh, you're pulling to me.
Yeah, I'm doing a. Oh, all right. How bad is that?
You're fucking it up. You're fucking it up.
I'm fucking it up. All right, I'll start again. Share screen. Entire screen. I clicked on the wrong thing.
I'm trying to multitask at the same time. I want to get this voting thing up real fast.
Yeah. Well, you do that while I'm just going to go through and find some of the other stuff that was in the channel that people. Vulgar node chat. Oh yeah. So, while I think of it, Cape Madman's made this fantastic website too.
Oh yeah, this thing is awesome.
And version 1's pretty fucking awesome. So I can only assume that as it evolves, how good it will end up getting. Where is it? I'm trying to find. Bring it up over here. Hopefully I'm sharing still. Looks like I am.
You're sharing, yes. You're sharing the Caped Madman site.
So no data was. I looked at it the other day. One of the pages got some good information. So yeah, once we get our logo and name and all that, I guess he'll change this page up. But that still looks pretty cool. It's better. So all our properties, owners, so we can check out who owns what properties for sale. But data, I think, was we have 31 properties for sale, and that number's not entirely right because I put some up for sale today that I can't sell, and I'm happy to swap with people if they want a different spot and different location for whatever reason. So I needed to mark the ones that were for my track, so I didn't move them, which is why they're for sale. But so properties,
yeah, I need to get my hands on a few more. I just haven't yet.
So that's our issue here. It's 380 unminted properties, but they're all FSAs. So I don't know how.
Hey, that's just room for growth. That's new blood, man. That's new blood. That's not something that a lot of places can get right now. I know Hyde Park is stuck with their stale ass blood, and they're never going to get any new ideas unless they bribe people to buy their properties. But here we're just ripe for new blood.
Given that we're only a couple of weeks old, we already have 228 unique owners. That's pretty cool. I mean, in a perfect world, I mean, there's 1,600 properties. I'd love to think we had 500 unique owners with 3 properties each. To me, that would be absolutely amazing. Whether we ever get there or not, that might be a bridge too far. But, aim high, see how we go.
Never know. You never know.
So, yeah.
Are we going to talk Q2 updates? We might. We'll see where we get to.
Well... This is meant to be a happy zone. I haven't. I'll be honest. I have not read through the Q2. I saw the announcement. I haven't opened up the file. I haven't read through it.
I haven't either.
I wanted to stay in a happy mood. That's mostly.
All right. Let's not go over it here.
Crap. Now I can't find. Oh yeah. So we've got 2 nodes or 2 MetaBench is already open in the nodes. So Charles FR and Scory are both already moving some stock through their nodes, so congratulations.
We got a Nacini Meta Ventures.
So Scory with some pearls, nice.
We got some racing seating, pirate racing seating.
They'll look nice behind the racetrack fencing.
That will look real nice. Save it for Angry Wolf. I don't even know what it says. I don't even know if anybody's going to get angry about it.
Angry Wolf, that's an unusual, very unusual. So Charles FR's already got these potato pirate dudes, which I bought one for my last Decor comp actually.
I need one of those.
He headed up my pirate army in the Wars reenactment for the Las Vegas. Anyway, so that's. As I said, there's way more stuff. Some of the stuff that I saw coming out already, maybe I've lost where it is. Charles FR had some couple of structures there. Couple of different types of structures that he was releasing. So obviously this all takes time. We can't have everything come up. Yeah. Again, once we submit something, we're at the mercy of Upland to to approve it. So, and sometimes it can take a couple of days. It's rarely, but sometimes it sometimes
they'll approve something that same day.
No, not UGC wise. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Well, I mean like it's like the shops and stuff.
Shops and stuff maybe. But UGC wise, within a week I've seen happen a few times, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty amazing. And not a common thing. So, to keep building. So basically, to get one of my structures, again, I don't know how many I'm going to give away, but until I decide that I've given enough away, basically build a structure within the North Grapeland Heights area, and hit me up for a ornament to chuck on it, and I'll throw one your way, basically free of charge. Maybe one Upex in the shop if I get the shop open. So I need to get my shop open too, so I can make it easier for people to get it. But Yeah. So, all right. So,
Fucking Maui's creepy as shit. If you look, Swirl, you know what this is about, right?
yep.
Okay. So just some inside baseball. So real quick, I'm a Timbers fan. I went to a Timbers game when the Timbers score goals. We're in the front row. This is my crew. We take off our shirts and we celebrate shirtless. It's just something we do. Anyway, so it just so happened in one of the games. Well, this has happened multiple times, but most recently, the most recent game I went to, when they scored the goal, the TV crew went to the crowd, and there I am, shirtless, cheering and freaking out. And so LeBan thought it would be funny if he took a picture of that and printed it off and put it above his bed. So now I live above their bed while they sleep. So.
You watch over them.
I do watch over them. They're safe now.
Alrighty, so that addresses the node style guidelines. Long story short, part related. Chuck it in if it's not. Up to you. We talked a little bit about FSA properties, so it is a bit of a challenge to try and get them minted. So we're open to ideas that are within Upland guidelines and rules of how we might be able to entice new players. Like I tried reaching out to them, but it's super. I mean, the in-game chat's a great way to try and reach out to a player, but it doesn't ping them. It doesn't notify them.
No, it does not.
I've known from myself, and I check it usually at least once or twice a day. But you can not notice a message. You'll be on the computer, but just not even know that you had a message for hours, if not days. And that's someone that's always on the PC with UGC and other stuff. So, so someone that might just log in once or twice here and there, I wish Upland somehow made it a bit more obvious that there was a message there. It gets a little exclamation mark, but so you get 1,000 of those with all the other messages that come through from Upland and whatnot. So, yeah, I wish there was a way that was a little bit more improved. Anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, if anyone's got any ideas of how to do that, awesome. Let us know. Because to get those 380 properties minted, whether by new players that want to stick around and be part of the node, or whether they want to just sell them, either or, let's get it happening.
We're going to be a couple names short, so we might be able to take about 2 suggestions from this show right now, and I'll throw them into voting. If you've got some names, we'll pick them out. We just need 2 more.
From the list that was already provided?
No, fuck it. We'll just take some from the chat. We'll take them live right now.
Copy that. All right, so the next topic I talked about in my notes was the naming of the node, so we've already discussed that. So, yeah, we don't need to go over that again. All right, so I've already touched on this briefly, and I might even share... I'll stop sharing for the minute, but I might start sharing again. So the decor competition. This is something that I personally think would be really good for the node as a whole if we could somehow, participate in. I mean, obviously it's good for the node with all the map assets and stuff like that, but it'd be good for the node to participate in the decor competition, and it'd be fantastic for the node to get an eye over the neighborhood to bring attention to our node. So hopefully someone will see, oh, what's this eye? Check it out and go, holy crap, look at this neighborhood build up with pirate stuff everywhere. That's what I'm hoping for the future. Now, having said that, 2 of the last 3 winners from the last decor competition in Las Vegas are part of this node. So, it's
you
possible.
being one of them.
Yeah, and Charles FR being the other one.
Charles FR, yeah.
And Twilk has recently purchased properties within the node too, so he was the winner of the last one. So, can we aim high and try for all 3 eyes in the node? That'd be pretty amazing. I think the design competitions are only going to get harder as time goes on because people start to get better, plan ahead, have ideas,
right.
Stuff like that. So,
I've already got a little start going on. If you want to scroll over to
yeah, so we'll have a look at a few ideas, and then we'll show where some. I saw one that I think could be the benchmark that we need to look at. So maybe in Tokyo, this might have been good enough to come close to the top 3. And it's a fantastic little cemetery that Tossed's put together so far.
Yeah.
And these are all map assets that he already has in the game, amongst many, many, many more. So this is already a quality effort that probably make top 25 anyway. But knowing that the standard just keeps rising each season, to make top 3 is going to take some real effort.
Right.
So I think he's off to a fantastic start. I'm not sure how much more he's going to do with that, or if more. What his plans are. I know he's talking about lots of plans and spending some time later in the week. Which way am I going for your one?
20th.
Down the main
On the
highway.
river. Right. Go up. Right there.
This one?
Yep.
So this is the photo that we just saw before.
Yeah. I haven't done anything with it in about a week, but I'll be working on it very, very soon.
So it's a good start.
Fairy dust node KO, you son of a bitch.
Wow. So it's a good start, and ultimately, I mean, if people just brought in map assets and build up the node, and that helps the node and the neighborhood out in itself, which is awesome. But if we really want to know what the competition looks like, and I forget where it was exactly. I should have planned ahead, and this is true neutral zone style here.
Yeah, no planning. Just hey, let's go.
No planning ahead. Just go live. Like sends me a message. How are we going to plan this? I'm like, I don't know. Let's just talk like we did in neutral zone.
Just freeballing it.
So somewhere over here, I saw a fantastic. I thought it was somewhere near one of my properties, but I can't remember which one now. I feel like it was right up north though.
You are batting 1,000 right now,
aren't I? Though.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to come back and find this. So, but basically, so what I'm thinking is, I got the idea from St. James Node where Wolf won the Decor competition prize. So I'm like, okay, well that's a fantastic idea. We definitely got to. We're not above. I mean, we're pirates. We're not above board stealing other people's good ideas and shit.
No, we're not.
So, if anyone has a good idea that we can steal, we're fucking all about that. 100%.
Oh, Cathastro, what a good name. The poop decks.
Yeah, I was tempted to put in like the pirate face one or whatever, however that went. And then I went, no, you can't. You'll all vote for it. And that'll be our node name.
Yeah, probably.
So I was like, no, I'm not putting it in there just in case you guys go, I can't find this property now. But anyone knows the one I'm talking about over here somewhere. Why can't I find it now? Anyway, yeah, so my thought is that we'll run a competition in conjunction with the Upland one when that's going. So obviously get going now. We'll have our own prizes, stuff like that. We'll announce more later. But basically, I want to have a bonus prize not connected to the normal prize. So if someone does make the top 3 in our node for the entire Upland node, not the top 3 in our node, but for the entire Upland, therefore getting the eye on our node, then we'll chuck in 100,000. Well, I'll chuck in 100,000 UpX for that person.
We want that eye. We want that eye in our node.
Yeah, I mean, how amazing would it be to have 3 eyes in our node? Like,
yeah,
that'll make everyone else go, "What the fuck?" And that'll really set the bar for other nodes across Upland to go, "Oh, okay." When the city focusing, whatever it's called, comes to our node,
RBNB, and 81st Battalion. What is your in-game name? Because I have something that I need to reserve for you in one of my showrooms, but I do not know your in-game name, so I need to know what that is.
Stop that for a minute. I'm gonna see if I can, in the background, I'm gonna see if I can find this property I was talking about. I thought I knew exactly where it was, but I was wrong. Yeah, so we'll have some other prizes and stuff like separate from Upland's prizes. So in effect, you'll end up having 2 opportunities to win. And if you happen to get top 3 in Upland, well, then you're going to win big. They obviously get all the Upland prizes, the badge, the eye, all that sort of stuff on your property. Plus, we'll throw in 100k. And if we get all 3, I'll throw in the 100k each. No dramas of that. Because to me, that's probably the best thing we could do for our node, putting it on the map. And I think that
absolutely.
So, I haven't spoken to anybody else to see anyone else wants to help foot that bill for me. But here it is. I found it. I knew it was over here by the.
Well, Swirly, if I had more upics, I would definitely help you. But yeah, I could throw in some. You know
Yeah,
how it
look, I'm happy to volunteer. Happy as upics for a bit, but I don't want to just, drain that well dry to the point where he's like, dude, you got to stop.
I'll never stop.
But we'll try our hardest to find that limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is, to me, as far as I've come across, and I'm sure there's other ones in Miami that already give this a run for the money, but to me, this is where the bar is in Miami.
Oh, fuck.
So so someone's obviously already put some effort in. So we'll give the shout out to who the player is. Yeah.
Blossom is
so
greener. What is that?
greener. Yeah, that's what I was trying to work out too.
That is pretty freaking good though. Like no joke.
Blossom is greener growing.
Greener growing.
So, and just to show the creativity, these are just some sort of like fencing type map assets. So close up, it doesn't look that.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh wow, yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah, so when you zoom out and look at it, you go, well, I mean, that's kind of like Twilk did with his dragons last season. Like using, I don't know if anyone ever watches like Lego shows, but they call it nice part usage or something, MPU. It's kind of like that, where you're using something that wasn't really designed for to make something different. And I think, this is where the design competitions are going with Upland, to create something like, not just to chuck a bunch of map assets on there and go, oh, look at this, well, this looks pretty cool, which they do. But when you actually use all the stuff to create something like this, I think this is where the design. So I'd say this one's already a strong candidate for the top 3.
Oh, absolutely. That'd be surprising. But if that doesn't make it, I don't know.
For us to get 1, let alone 3 above this sort of level, I think, we're pushing shit uphill. But, you've got to be in it to win it. So.
Yeah, that's really good.
And then obviously an ace map asset on there. So shout out to Ace. Also part of the node. So that's the bar that I think we're going to have to aim for. So you can see that it's pretty high. And probably the disadvantage that we have is that we don't have a lot of large properties in our node, which is, again, we didn't know the size of the properties or how many of the properties, all that sort of stuff when we decided to go for it. You get a little bit of information when they do the bundle sales, but and you can try and look at the real world stuff to get a bit of a clue. So, we don't have a lot of properties at a showroom. Definitely don't have any factory size properties. We don't have a lot of showroom size properties. So, so we are pushing shit up a hill a little bit with this, but, we've got to aim high. There are some decent sized properties. You don't have to have a huge property to win the comp.
JP's got that real nice square one that'll work real good.
This is the one I want. I'm too scared to reach out to him and give him and ask for another one, because he minted really well. He got some really good stuff. I was obviously in the wrong place. He killed it. So he already gave me this property. So I can't thank him enough for that. So I feel bad even remotely asking for another one. So this was going to be my cart showroom property, which is pretty cool. I managed to buy this one off.
Just give him like 5 other properties for the one. I'm sure he'll be fine with that.
Yeah, we'll work something out. If he's willing. I don't want to take it off him if he wants to use it himself. I don't want to take any property off anybody that wants to use it for something themselves.
I mean, I do. I'll take all you guys' shit if you let me. Right. But only if you let me, because I must have consent.
I mean, there isn't there's some decent sized properties. Like there's some 200 up squared properties, stuff like that. But
I got a couple decent sizers,
So this is a 200 one that I managed to pick up the other day, which is 220, which is a nice size. So I'm umming and ahhing about doing something with that one for the decor comp. I don't know. We'll have to, but I haven't got that killer idea myself yet. So I'm still trying to figure out something really cool like I did last season with the
battle.
With the battle thingy, yeah. So anyway, so we'll move on from there. So that's the decor comp. So get your thinking caps on. I'm not sure when Upland's running that comp. I can't remember all the release information that they did. Oh, I stopped sharing already. Yeah, so I can't remember when the dates are for all that sort of stuff, but it can't be far away. And I know for my Wars one for Las Vegas, I started building that long before they announced the competition, because it does take a lot of work moving everything one by one. And I wasn't the most by any stretch of imagination, but I had something like 600 or 700 map assets on that property. So moving one by one, it took a lot of nights, a few hours, a lot of nights. So
Right.
Anyway, so that's the war. Okay, so that's the Daycore competition. The wars. And I saw some people chatting about this morning in chat. It was my idea. To try and we're not a purge pirate node, so we'll make that quite clear. Obviously there's an overlap, and people that want to bring in their purge pirate map assets, well, it's pirate related, so fuck yeah, bring them in. We're all for it. We're all for the overlap, but we're not exclusively a purge pirate node. We don't want to, kick out cyborgs and knights and only have purge pirates or anything like that. And any other season, I'd be more than happy to have all these cyborgs, especially. I mean, in the node, but I personally thought, well, how cool would it be that we're a pirate node, Miami has the wars in it, how cool it would be to turn this neighborhood entirely yellow for the wars, and that would also put the node on the map. When people look at the map, those little war maps, and just see so much yellow in here and go, wow, okay, so the pirates aren't dead, even though Uplands seem to think we are.
Yeah, but we don't even know if we're going to have pirates this season.
Well, I'm going to get to that because people were talking about it this morning, and someone suggested like they're going to build a superstructure if they can get a commitment to build it in time. Well, the first answer to that is, as far as I can tell, because superstructures are still getting built in Tokyo, you don't need to finish your superstructure within the week of the wars. Obviously, you do if you want to get points, but you don't in terms of if you just want to have a pirate superstructure in our node because it's a pirate node and it looks cool. You don't need to have that completed within the week. So from that point of view, if we do stuff like that and have the superstructures, then it'd be cool to have a whole bunch of superstructures around the perimeter of our, like some sort of defense against the ninjas trying to invade and steal our shit. Because that's what they do. They sneak in at nighttime and shit. So it'd be cool to do that. So maybe X1 can answer the question: are the purge pirates dead? Like, can we turn our neighborhood yellow?
I'm so glad X1 is here, because I asked the question on Upland Discord, because Squall said basically no, there is no more purge pirates, they're gone. Yeah, X1, you alluded to the fact that there are still going to be there, and you're considering adding a fourth node, or not node, a fourth faction at some point. And so, me specifically, I'm very confused. Are the purge pirates dead, or are they still alive? Have they sunken down to Davy Jones' locker, or do they get a rise from the depths?
Anyway, so I mean, Wolf Warner's I think he's a diehard cyborg now. He's going to die with the cyborgs. I don't think he's ever going to swap factions at any stage in the future. But we even got a verbal confirmation from Wolf to say, yep, for this season and this season only, I'll become a pirate and be part of this node, a pirate node just for this season. He'll loan his cyborg stuff out to other players and just be a pirate for this season. So we're hoping to get if we could get Wolf on board doing that, we're hoping we could get everybody on board and basically have no brown or blue in this node and only yellow. But now there's a bit of doubt over the pirates' future and with the wars.
We would really like them to exist.
Yeah, I mean, I swapped from the cyborgs to the pirates last season, not because I thought the pirates would win, or the pirates. I wanted to be a pirate from the beginning. I only went cyborgs first time around because I figured they were going to be a strong team. I wanted to be part of a winning team, but I realized then I hate being on a bandwagon. If anyone knows me personally, whenever there's a bandwagon, I'm jumping off and starting my own little joyride somewhere else. So I don't like going along with the flow with other people.
Person at heart. Like, that thing is cool. Fuck that. I don't want anything that's cool.
No, I like to not be a sheep. I like to just make my own decisions and do my own thing and not just jump on anyway. So for me, Pirates was a no-brainer because let's face it, I mean, they clearly need some help. They couldn't even sell out the map assets, which and structural ornaments, which is a problem for future wars. And I mentioned that to X1 before. Like we're already 200, we're already best part of 200 map assets and structural ornaments behind other teams. Even if we were to get our numbers up, we don't have as many ornaments out there to fight with. So the Pirates, as it stands at the moment, are in trouble. I think maybe they could have sold or given those last map assets away to the top 100 players or in the node or something like that. Anyway, there's 1,000 ideas. I'm sure they'll figure something out. But
well, that's not reassuring.
No,
but it's a better answer than I had 5
do I
minutes
need
ago.
to go find the Squall post that said they're not dead? But and I replied to his post saying something along the lines of, well, if my pirate map assets and structural ornaments are useless for the future wars, I'm going to be pretty pissed off. And his reply to that was, no, they won't be useless. So I'm like, okay, well, if there's no pirates, so how are they not going to be useless? I don't understand how this works.
But we said from the very beginning, just because we are making this pirate node doesn't mean that everybody has to necessarily be faction pirate. You're the pirates for the wars. So
yeah, well, this is a bit unique. This season only is a bit unique, where the wars are, and there's obviously a pirate faction in the wars. So I mean, if there were 3 different factions and none of them were pirates, and we wouldn't have this conversation.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we're not a purge pirate node; we're a pirate node. Like I said, there's an overlap there. Happy days, bring them in, and I'll bring my pirate map assets in. But by all means, we don't. Cyborgs and knights are welcome to the node. Maybe just this season we want to try and make this node, and only this season, only for that 1 week of the wars, make it a pirate node, not a
if there is a pirate node, or if there's a pirate.
If there was one. So now I don't know. I mean, people were talking about it earlier in the chat today, and I'm like, there's like a truce within the node. One way of doing it, which is cool. Another way might be to swap properties out for a week and then swap them back once the week's over. We do have a lot of trust within the people within the node, so I think that's definitely something that could be done. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I mean, Upland Tara's in here, and we know that she's a very big player in the cyborgs, so to get her to have a truce or to swap out for a week or something like that, or even be a pirate for a week, I don't like our chances of getting her to be a pirate for a week. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So all right, so
CTC, you calm your ass down. This is positive vibes only today, bro. I'm just joking. You say whatever you want.
All right, so moving on to the next thing. So the next order of business is tracks. So as far as I know, there's only 2 submitted tracks at the moment. I could be wrong. There might be more.
2 that we know of, yours and mine.
Yours and mine. I know Vape High Guy was talking about submitting a track.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anything from him to say that he has submitted that track.
Again, we're not naming yours.
Only Pirates, I think I called mine. Only Vulgar Pirates. With a twist, and people will say when it comes out,
I won't say it.
I don't want to say it now. All right, so this is the track I've made. So unfortunately, our node isn't super exciting, although I think you did a fantastic job with your track. Isn't super exciting, so to make a track that's kind of cool with unique turns and stuff like that, it's not that hard. So I went, well, fuck it, I'll just go with the S for Swarley. So that's my track here. So we'll try and probably try and make a pirate racing fence at some point, and then we'll try and fence this off like we are with Granada Hills, which, mind you, we're still maintaining. So from our point of view, at very least, there's going to be 3 racetracks in our circuit: Granada Hills and these 2 in Grapeland. So so it's not a secret. So there's properties going up for sale in the node. Some of them may be on the track. I have plenty on the track, and if people want to swap for stuff like that, I'm always open to help people out and etc. I'm not too I have 100 odd properties, but I don't particularly want 100 odd properties. I'd rather have 500 people owning 3 properties each than one person owning a bunch of them. But we'll work towards that down the track. So this is in Discord, so you guys can go check out where the proposed track is. Now, Upland take a crap load long time to get these through, so don't expect this to happen anytime soon. We're probably looking at about
Well,
4 months. I think
yeah,
it's
this is
going
like
right
4
at the
to
moment.
12 weeks.
So it's about 4 months for it to be up and running. So it's going to be a lot of times. So and LSLAC's track is this one here, which you call the Pirate
The
Hook or
Pirate's
something?
Hook.
Pirates Hook, which is a cool track. I like. It's got some. So you've done well with the. Again, it's not a huge variety of turns and stuff we can do, but yeah, you've got a bit more variety in yours than I do with mine. So, again, so people can see where this track is. So, if the tracks don't overlap, we will try and fence off every single track in our node. If they overlap, it makes it awfully confusing, and we probably have to choose one or the other, not both, because when you part of the reason why fencing off a property is when you're looking at it from the map view like this, you can clearly see where the fences go around the track, which looks pretty cool, as we can see in Granada Hills, where the 50% or so that we've done looks good.
Right.
The cool, I don't know if it's a cool thing, but the thing about my track is it's in twos. So when you turn left, you got 2 lefts, and you got 2 rights, and you got 2 lefts, 2 rights. So it seems to be the 2 2 2. So I guess when you when you race this track, you'll know you got 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 as you go all the way around. All right, so maybe we'll create a racetrack channel so people can post their tracks in there too. So the other reason why we post it in there is if you guys do want to create a racetrack, which we encourage, like I said, try not overlap if you can. You can obviously overlap if you want, but if we don't overlap, then we can look at fencing it. So. Yeah, and again, we won't be charging for the fencing. We'll just be doing it
Just because we want it to look cool.
Yep.
Do you want to go over? I know we're kind of like loosely going over, but the stuff that you put in the announcements just today.
Well, that's what I've been working off today. So that's what I have been working off. So that's where
Okay, great. You've slowly been. I haven't even looked at it yet. Like
so I've been working through that. So, and then the most recent announcement I did was basically just talking about basically what we've already been doing. So doubling down on so there's not really much. But pretty much we've covered everything that's in the announcement so far. So
okay.
The only thing I haven't talked about, and this is still in the spitball idea, whatever. So obviously Upland, and I'm trying to remember where Cape Man put it. He had a list of all different like pirate ranks, just ideas and stuff. And I really, really like the idea, and I can't remember which channel he put it in or where he put it. But in the same sense where Upland have like Upland level, Uplander, Pro, Director, all that sort of different sort of ranks. We thought about maybe doing something like that in our node. Now this is very much early stages, pre-planning even, where we would like to somehow, and we're in discussions, we'll be in discussions hopefully with some people to help us do this. But it won't be purely on Upland itself, like, own so many properties and then you become a certain rank. It won't be like that. It'll be hopefully a combination of that, structures, buildings, Spark, spent in the hood, but also incorporate some Discord activity as well. And then you should hopefully be able to level up to different ranks in there. And as a result of those leveling up the ranks, then obviously you get some sort of perks. So Upland give away Spark, so why not? Why don't we give away some Spark as well? And different prizes for leveling up and being engaged and building, and obviously map assets. So I believe just the Discord bots can incorporate a lot of that stuff. It's above my pay grade, but we do.
I've looked at a lot of them, and there's definitely the best ones are obviously ones you got to pay for, which I'm not necessarily above doing. I just got to see how I'm going to make that work. And find one that I truly love. Well,
I was talking about this with Happy, so he seems to think that he might know someone that might be able to help us out with that. I won't shout them out just yet in case they're not interested. But the whole idea, and I was talking about this with Laban, the whole idea of this is to make it almost automatic. So the only thing we need to do is, someone's leveled up to another level, sweet, you get this perk, and we'll dish out a perk to them. We don't want someone sitting there going, someone's now got 6 properties, so they've just leveled up to another, to the pro level instead of an Uplander or something like that. So that we don't want anyone to be creating extra work. We want it just to be an incentive to get extra perks, so to speak. And again, I'm not above stealing ideas from other people. So, if other nodes, I mean, some of the other nodes out there are absolutely kicking goals and doing some fantastic stuff. Howard's Beach, right up there amongst the best of them. And in the past, I've always sort of been along for the ride, not leading it, so I haven't got deep into any of this sort of stuff. So I'm learning, and I'm definitely open to ideas, suggestions, and feedback, stuff like that. So
yeah, whatever ideas you guys got, please, man, bring them our way. We're pirates. We'll steal your ideas and we'll improve upon them, and maybe bury some along the way.
So that's an idea that we had, was that some sort of pirate rank. So he came up with the whole list of like 30. I think maybe 5 or 6 is probably all that we need. Maybe more. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Yeah. But the first step is if we can put some sort of Discord bot. So I know obviously Discord can have that simple interaction. So once you do so many messages, you level up, stuff like that. So it'd be kind of like that, but hopefully it incorporates a bit of upland as well. So owning properties, staking Spark, map assets, structural ornaments. Where the limit is, I don't know. I don't know how to use any of that stuff. So hopefully we can learn.
Yeah, I'm slowly trying to figure it out myself. Being that this is my first Discord server that I've had to...
Which has grown massively in the couple of weeks that it's really been going.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely taken off. So yeah, it's amazing how much... And how many posts and how much involvement is going on from other people. It's just blowing me away.
It's super active. I can't keep up with it all. And I'm just like, shit, man. Trying to keep up with your own servers is tough. But I'm like impressed every day with what people are doing and posting and talking about. And it's like the exact community I was hoping for. A bunch of, really smart, intelligent, fun, dirty, vulgar people.
I just can't wait to see what this neighborhood looks like in 12 months' time.
I know.
Just with the amount of structures that'll go up, the decor that's coming out, the structural ornaments that are coming out. Even if nobody else joined our node from now, like it's still with Tosshead, Charles FR, and all the other names I've mentioned. It is just looking amazing.
Parts.
Have you got your full list done now?
I got like 5 names, or 5 more names. I just need 2. So here's your lot. If you got any other names, guys, real fast, throw some in, and then I'm gonna close this off, and we're gonna pick a couple before we jump off of here. And then I'm done, and I'm gonna hit go, and I'll post a link in the server, and it will be ending at let's see here. I have the day. April 10th at 7 a.m. is when the final vote will be tallied. So, and that is Upland time. So, because that's where I live, is on Upland time. So it's 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or Pacific Daylight Time. I don't know what it is. It's Pacific time. Upland time.
Upland time.
Upland time. So 7 a.m. on April 10th. So Swarley, that would be like April 11th at fucking
2 a.m. 1 a.m. Something like that. Yeah, but you got 12 hours to do each round, yeah? So
yeah, 12 hours.
So it's 7 a.m. your time. It's 7 p.m. start. So surely most people can get their votes in. Remember though, there is an incentive to vote. So if there's one person only that gets does the most voting, well, they'll get 50k. If there's multiple people that all did say the maximum voting, well, then they'll go in the draw for 50k unless you decide to split it between you. So if there's 2 or 3 of you, you might go, yeah, let's just take a share of it each. I'm sure Happy will split it if there's 2 or 3. Probably not if there's 20 of you, but
Babe, you're really coming out with some fucking heat here, man. Look at this. Commander Leroy. The Dagger, Slag, High Lord of the Protectorate of the Bulgaria, and Duke of the Bulgarian Islands. Ooh, give me the tingles.
But they're all names for you, not for the node.
No, that's true. I'm just,
They're more appropriate for you.
All right, guys. Here's I got 6 names. I'm not going to put El Slacko's Barner Clothes as much as I love it. I can't, because it's not my node, it's our node. So Here we go. I got 6 of them.
Speaking of which is why, if people notice, we changed the name from the Vulgar Discord to the Vulgarian Discord. So,
Yes.
so while Elslack is the vulgarest of us all, we're all Vulgarians. We're all part of the same civilization. I don't know what the right word is there, but
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's just,
same society, community.
yeah, the dirty dogs. All right, so here are the names. Of these names, just put your favorite one in there, and however many we can get. Which one everyone has, the top 2 that have the most will be the ones that are going. So Pesky Parrots, the Poop Decks, Airbnb, Rainbow Warriors, North Bulgaria, and the Grape Apes. I'm going to go with, I think the one I'm going to vote for is the Poop Decks.
No, because people will vote for it and thinking it'll win, and then Upland will probably boo us or something.
I do like the Pesky Parrots, though. I think that one's kind of good. And North Bulgaria. Maybe
Bulgaria.
North Bulgaria.
Again, I like an acronym. So if we were to shorten it down to an acronym, or just the letter MVP, it does work.
Or if you got the Pesky Parrots.
Yeah. The more I think about it, the more I do like that one. I think that one should probably be one of the ones to go.
North Bulgaria.
North Bulgarian Pirate, Bulgaria Pirate, yeah.
North
well, the pirate is tagged along regardless, doesn't it? So we don't need to have pirates there.
Yeah.
I mean, the pirates was the one and only thing we really decided before we kicked off.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if nobody puts anything in there, well, I'll just start fucking throwing them in here right now. All right, so I'm just going to do it. I'm going to executive vote. North Bulgaria is going to be one of them. I need a second one. North Bulgaria. The 32nd one, Plunder's Booty. Ugh, I do like Plunder's Booty. I like plundering that booty, if you know what I mean. You're a little bit late, WW Dog. Although I do like that one. Plunder's Booty. I'll name them off. The 6 that we got. Well, the 5 left. Pesky Parrots. Bulgarian Dingle. All right. Swarley says not the Poop Deck, so I'm going to take that one off. All right. And I'm going to say no to the Rainbow Warriors. And then the one that we already picked. So we got 3 here. So we got Pesky Parrots, Airbnb, and the Grape Apes.
Great Apes. Yeah, it's a play on the name. Yeah, I can see that one.
Yeah. Any of those 3 anybody is real fond of, put it in the chat, and then I'm gonna put it if enough people like it, and if you don't, I'm just gonna pick one, or me and Swarley are gonna pick one, and that's okay too. So I'm not gonna sit here waiting all day. Wench, Warf,
Scurvy Heights. Put some more
Scurvy.
Scurvy
Ooh,
Heights.
I do like Scurvy Heights.
Where
were you earlier, X1? We're looking for names. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna put Scurvy Heights in there because I like it. X1 gets his name in the hat because I do like that one a lot, and I don't care what anybody else says.
Well, X1's got an Upland account, so I guess he can get 50k.
Yeah, it might. Maybe it sends him over his pro status or whatever. Scurvy Heights, yeah, because North Grapeland Heights, Scurvy. I like that one. You came in with some magic there right at the end. Nice work. All right, so there's the 32. I'm gonna hit create bracket poll. I'm gonna post the link right now and put it in the chat. You can go vote right now.
So this is outside of Discord, yeah?
This is outside of Discord. I'm gonna put it in Discord. It's here.
All right. So put a link in the announcement channel as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just highlighting 50k for the person that votes the most too.
Scurvy Heights. This is from X1. I got to make sure I label these, otherwise I won't know who they go to. And I didn't put any of the names in there because I don't want anybody to be swayed.
X1's going to walk the plank Friday night. I don't know about that.
That's right. X1 is coming on this Friday. He said it. He said he's coming.
Nice.
So,
I'm gonna have to prepare an extra special show, and what?
mm-hmm.
Might have to
So-
start working earlier than a couple of hours before the show starts.
I'm excited. We're gonna get some time with X1 with the guys, and it's Upland After Dark with.
Well, speaking of special guests, the Ninjas are doing a show. I think tomorrow, is it?
Really?
With some, they sort of hinted on their Sunday show they're doing with a special guest that they never had on before. I'm like, I wonder who that could be. I actually have no clue.
I don't have any clue either.
So if anyone has any thoughts what who that might be, maybe X1 knows. Maybe it's him. I don't know. Has X1 been on the Ninjas before?
I'm not sure.
So anyway. Yeah,
Anyway,
so-
guys, that's up in the announcements.
Well, if X1 is coming on the show, maybe people should chuck in some questions for X1 that we might be able to ask on Friday night. So
That's right. Get them in now. And
I
I'll
don't
get
know,
'em.
I'll probably chuck a few in there myself, but
I know you will. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. We're going to treat them good.
well, I think it's a new week. It's a fresh start to the week. I think we've all moved on from last week, so
yeah, we're good. We're back.
well, as I said, in relation to the G Week thing, from a non-American point of view, the news of it being a week-long online celebration is amazing. Like you guys touched on it on the show the other night. I'm excited for it because this year, I feel like we might actually be part of it. Last year, I felt very left out, very disappointed.
And they talked about it in their kind of announcement they had earlier. Their deeper dive into
Yeah, I haven't gone through all that. I've not long woken up, so I need to go and catch up on the overnight news. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the G Week now personally. I know it sucks for the people that want to go there, and it's a huge event, and I'm disappointed that it's not live for the people that do go. And having been to a meetup, it is a lot of fun. I went to the London one, just happened to be in London when it was on, so went in down there. It was good fun. I loved it. Catching up with people. The only issue I have with the London one is I was still fairly new to the game, so I didn't know people that well then. And there were people there like Boy Dern, Tosshead, that were at the London meetup, and I don't remember. I might have said hi to them, but I really don't remember talking to them much because I didn't know anyone's names at that stage.
Yeah, I mean, there was people at G Week last year. I didn't know who they were, and so I would have loved to talk to more people, but I just, I don't know. I didn't know. They didn't necessarily know me, and here we are.
It makes it hard when everyone's all over the planet. So
yeah.
Again, I'd love to do an Australian meetup at some point, but I don't want to organise it. I'm happy to host it, but I don't want to organise it. So if there's any Australians that want to organise one, if they want to do the organisation, I'll do the hosting. Maybe we can do something in G Week. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to get Ben68 down here to be part of that, but I think I'm pushing shit uphill there. But you never know. Stranger things have happened.
You're pushing all that shit uphill these days, man. What's going on with you?
Yeah, well, the Decor competition was the other one. Yeah, that's going to be a hard competition to win. I think Uplanders are getting smarter and better at what they're doing, and I think the bar is going to be set super high this season.
It is.
So.
All right, Swirl, let's get out of here. I got to go greet my wife. She got home. She misses me. I miss her. I need to go embrace my sweet little.
That's all right. I'm gonna go back to building a pirate fence.
Siren. All right, everybody, go vote for your favorite, node name, and whoever we have the list of people that put those names in. So I'm keeping track of that stuff on my end. But yeah, go vote, and we'll see which one comes out on top on the 10th. So until then. Keep on keeping on, keep up the good fight.
And that'll be available for everyone to see straight away, won't it?
Yep.
It won't be a secret that we can reveal at a later stage.
Yeah.
So once you know the name, start creating the logos. If you use, like I said in the post, use Photoshop, Canva. Well, to be honest, just use AI. It's probably the easiest way, and see what you come up with, and we'll go from there. But let's think Ninjas. Let's do better. They set the bar. Let's get it above them. I mean, their standard's pretty high already, so we just got to aim higher.
Yep.
But yeah, I love their logo. It looks pretty awesome. So let's hope we can do something pirate related along those lines.
All right. Yeah, there's already votes in here, guys. So as soon as you vote, it starts showing you how many votes there are. It gives you a little meter and everything. So come
Awesome.
check it out.
I'll go vote myself very, very shortly. All right, everyone. Have a good one. This is a
Yep.
short stream for us. We only hit an hour and a bit.
I know. Look at us go.
What the fuck?
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll check you later. See you on the Discord server, and we'll see you on Friday night when we got X1 joining us in the crew. So, all right, guys. Until then, peace.